Hello, in this video we will look at installing Microsoft Windows 10 on your Chromebook. Now you might be thinking, why on earth would I want to do that? And that's fair enough. You don't necessarily need Microsoft Windows nowadays. ChromeOS is so powerful. You can do most things with ChromeOS. You can do most things in the cloud. You've got Android apps and you may have Linux as well. Linux apps if your Chromebook is compatible with Linux. That being said, I'm sure there's some people who would want to install Microsoft Windows 10 on their Chromebook. So we're going to be doing that now. Now, I haven't tried this, so I'm doing this from scratch. So we'll see how it goes, see if it's successful. You do need a relatively powerful Chromebook. I'm using the Asus CX5, it's Intel i5. I think it's 12th generation, can't remember. 12th generation, 11th generation, pretty powerful. It's got 8GB RAM, it's got 256GB of storage. Ideally, you'd need at least an Intel i5. Ideally, you'd want at least, you can do it with 64GB of storage, that's absolutely fine, but if you've got more, then that's fine as well. But actually, the storage for the actual Windows is about 20GB, but I'm going to use a little bit more than that. But I'll show you now how to do it. And the one thing to bear in mind, this is all obviously legal. I wouldn't put anything on my channel that wasn't legal. So using Microsoft Windows, you can use Microsoft Windows 10 on your, not just your Chromebook, on any computer without buying it, and you don't have to pay for it. It's perfectly legal to do so, and you can do that from the Microsoft Windows website, which I'll show you as well. Obviously, there's a few limitations when you don't pay for it, but they're really small limitations. Nothing that really gets in the way if you're using Windows 10. So let's get to it then. So the first thing you need to do, you do obviously need to have Linux installed. So if you haven't installed Linux on your Chromebook, I have got a video on my channel how to install Linux. Just search for that and follow that first. If you're going to do that, make sure that you set the storage for Linux at around, I would say, well, it depends on what you've got available. I've got 100GB stored on my Linux, but if you don't have that, you need to have at least 20 at the absolute minimum. So you need to get at least 30GB if you're going to do that. So it's assuming you've installed Linux on your Chromebook. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's go and try install Windows 10 on my Chromebook. So the first thing you need to do is you need to download the Windows installer. So go to, I've just made a note of it where it is, and it's here. So just open up that website. So the website is, let's move that a bit. The website is microsoft.com/en/software-download-Windows 10 ISO. So that's the website address that you need to get to, and that takes you to this page here. And then what you need to do is choose the version. So just choose Windows 10 Multi-Edition ISO and click confirm. And then from here, you need to choose your region. So English United States, I'm just going to put English International or wherever you are, and then click confirm. Okay, and from here you choose. Now I'm not going to click on it because as soon as you click on this, it will then start downloading. But you've got the 32-bit or the 64-bit. I went with the 60. I don't think it matters because we're going to be using a virtual machine. But I went with the 64-bit version because my Chromebook's 64-bit. I don't think it will actually matter if you're using a virtual machine. But that's what I've gone for. But I'll just show you, if you do click on it, then you'll see down here, it's starting to download. It is a big file, 5.7GB, so it will take some time to download. So I'll cancel that because I've already got a copy of that. And then I'll just close these down. Put that back up there. Close these down here. And then from here, I've got, my downloads here, and that's where it is there. So that's where it was downloaded to, the image. And I've moved a copy over to Linux files. So there's a copy there in Linux files. So that's what you need to do there. Okay, and then once you've done that, just click that there. And then what we need to do is open up the terminal and just click on Penguin like that. And then we just want to do an update. You should always do this when using Linux. So sudo apt get update. What have I done wrong there? Sudo apt, we don't need to get the get, but I didn't put a hyphen in there. Sudo apt update. And then sudo apt upgrade. There we go, so that's all done. And then from there, what we need to do, we need to install the virtual machine. So the virtual machine is what we need to install now, and it is quite a long command line, so do bear with me on this. Okay, so now we need to use this command. I will try and remember to put this command into the video description, so you haven't got to do it, but it is sudo space apt space install, then space, then QEMU, and then hyphen KVM, and then space, and this is the virtual machine that we're installing now, and then it's LIBVIRT hyphen clients, and then space, and LIBVIRT hyphen DAEMON hyphen system, and then space, and then bridge hyphen utils space VIRTINST space LIBVIRT hyphen DAEMON space VIRT hyphen manager space hyphen Y, and then hit return. Hopefully I've done that command all correct. There we go. And this is installing the virtual machine now. So this isn't installing the Windows, this is just using the virtual machine. If you've not used a virtual machine before, essentially you've got your standard operating system, and then you can have a virtual machine running a different operating system. It is using the resources of your computer. Generally, I've used them in offices before. Generally, the virtual machine has a lot less processing power given to it, because the more you give to it, the less you've got for your own computer as well. So that's what a virtual machine is, and that's what's installing now. So we'll just wait for this to install. So what you need to do now, you don't need to use this command line anymore, so we can close this down like that. Just close that down as well, so that's closed. And then if you go to your start menu or app launch menu, go to Linux apps, and you should see now you've got a virtual machine like that there. Just click on that. There we go, and that's all done. And then from here, you just want to click on this here, create a new virtual machine. So click on that, and it comes up with this. Choose how you'd like to install the operating system, and it's local install media, ISO image, or CD-ROM. That's what we're going to choose because we've got it installed locally. And then click forward. And then here, is there a drop down? No, you click the browse there. Okay, and from here then just click on, nothing will show, but just click browse local, and then click on home, and it's this one here. Just click open, and that is where your file was saved. Where we've just selected that from is your Linux files here. That's where we selected that from. And then when you've got it here, you can see automatically detect from the installation media source. Leave that tick, that's fine. Go to next or forward. Now here it's choosing how much you want to give to your virtual machine. So how much RAM you want to give it, and how many CPUs you want to give it, how many cores you want to give it. So this will be dependent on yourself, what you want to do, and obviously what your computer Chromebook is capable of. So up here you can see I can go up to 6642 megabyte available on the host. I'm going to leave it as 4 gigabytes, so I'm going to be giving 4 gigabyte of RAM to the virtual machine for Windows. So that's there. As you can see, you can go down. You don't want to really go off the standard there, so 4096, leave that as it is. And then CPUs, I've got up to 8 available, so you could go up or leave it on 2. I'm going to change that to 4, so that's giving 4 cores. Okay, so that's that there, and then do 4. I'm just trying to think what I should do more. No, I'll leave it on 4. Okay, and then do forward here. So here it's got enable storage for this virtual machine and create a disk image for the virtual machine. It's put 40 gigabyte. I don't think you need that much for Windows. I'm going to put that. I'm going to play it safe, but I'll put it down to 30. I know I could just be typing this in, couldn't I? So 30 and then press tab. So I'm going to put 30 instead because it shows you how much is available. 92.4 available in this default location. So I'll put it onto 30. Actually, no, I'll just put it back up. I'll put it onto 40 again. I'll put it back to where it was. Okay. And then leave this. You don't want to touch any of this and then go forward. One thing I didn't mention actually, you would ideally you'd want your Chromebook to be KVM compatible, so that it's compatible with virtual machines. If it's not, it would have already come up with a warning message that it's not. That doesn't mean that you can't try and install it. It just means it may be a lot slower than if you do have KVM. So that's just one thing to bear in mind. Okay, so let's go next. Or forward, and then we want to leave all this as it is. You don't want to touch it. Win 10, that's fine. Press finish, and then virtual network is not active. Virtual network default is not active. Would you like to start the network now? Click yes. Right, unable to complete install. Unable to set XAR trusted lib under the master key operation not permitted. So I don't know what that means. Okay, so we've had the error message. Thanks to Reddit, the group is r/Crostini, and thanks to Jeffrey Parker, I've been able to find out how you do it. So I've spent a lot of messing about to get there, but now I'm going to show you how to do it because I'm not a Linux expert, and some people on these groups, they assume you know certain things, and if you follow their commands, it still doesn't work. So it's a bit more of investigation work. So I'm going to show you exactly what I had to do. So first of all, I cancelled the actual virtual machine, but don't worry, we're going to go back to exactly where we were so we know what we're doing. It's not an issue. So what you need to do is open up the terminal. And the reason why I cancelled the virtual machine, just so you know, when I did follow all the instructions, it still didn't work. And I think it's because it just needed to refresh. Okay, so that's why I've done that. So go into Penguin, and then what you want to do is you want to install Nano, which is just a text editor, what you can use with inside this command prompt. So it's sudo apt install Nano. There we go. And what's that has done is installed Nano. It may look a bit different to that with you because I've already got it installed, but I just wanted to show you what you need to do. Okay, so now we've installed, I've just cleared the screen just to make it clear. So now we've installed the text editor, and now we want to use that text editor to edit the file. So it's sudo nano space and then /ect. Now this is just basically where the file is. You're giving it the location of the file. So ect libvirt. I just set up right, yeah, and then / and then the file name QEMU.conf. Then open up the file, and this is what the file looks like. I'll maximize the screen. This is how the file looks. So what the Reddit post says to do, which I've already done, is just page down to the bottom, or if you know how to get to the bottom, I've not figured it out, just get down to the bottom. And then from there, you just need to type in this here, which I've done here. So user space equals space quotation marks or speech marks, root, and then speech marks. And on the next line, group, and then space equals, and then speech marks, root, speech marks. Everybody calls them different things based on where you live. And then another line, remember, underscore owner, and then space equals 0. And I'll maximize that in the video so you can see that. And that's what you need to do. And then to save this file, what you need to do, if you press Control O, this is what I found a bit fiddly, if I'm being honest with you. So Control O, I don't know even if it's done what I wanted it to do. Yes, so you press Control O, and then at the bottom of the screen here, you'll see that it's got file name to write. You want to leave the file name as it is. So you just hit return, and that will overwrite the file. And then you want to exit out of here. So just press Control X, and that should let you come out. There we go. So that's that done. So we've done that file now. So we should be able to exit out of here. We don't need this anymore. So first of all, sorry. What I did do then, I don't know if you need to, but I did a sudo, because it will stop you having to do a restart of your computer. Sudo apt update, and then I did a sudo apt upgrade, and exit out of there. However, I did do a restart of my computer, so if you do have a problem, you might want to do that, but I don't think you need to. I think it's fine. And then press X out of there, close that. Now, it's no big deal that I cancelled this. We're just going to go through it again. It's not a big deal. So we'll just go through it again, just in case you are where I am. If not, I do apologise, but this is what you do when you do videos just showing how to do it and you've not done it yourself before. So from here, we should be able to minimise this now, but thanks to that Reddit group for that. So from here, just open up the virtual machine again. So now just going to do it from scratch, and then do create a new virtual machine, and then local install. We're going to do forward, so it's the same as what we've done before. Browse local, choose the one there, press open, then forward. Again, 4096, I'm going to put my CPUs back to 4. Forward. I'm not going to leave that on 40, I'm just going to put that on 30 GB. If you think I'm doing fast and you've been going through the video, skipping through the video, because this is the second time I'm doing this, that's why. So you go to earlier on in the video if it's too fast for you. Okay, and then from there, go to forward. And from here, this is where we had the problem. Should now work. Press finish. There we go. And this is where we've got to. So now let's see what happens. Hopefully it should load up Microsoft Windows for us. It may take some time, obviously, but we'll wait and see how long this takes. Windows logo there. See how long it takes to load up. Bear in mind this is in the virtual machine, so you shouldn't expect great performance. And there we go from here. I'll try and maximize this so we can see more. So there we are. So language to install, I'm just going to leave it on English United Kingdom. And then time and currency, English United Kingdom. Keyboard, United Kingdom. Obviously change these depending on where you are. And then just click next. And then just click on install now. the setup is starting. Okay, so here, this is where you've got your activate Windows. If you've got a Windows 10 activation key and you're not using it on another computer and it's a spare one, by all means type it in there. But if not, just hit there, I don't have a product key. This is perfectly fine to do. So click on that. And then you can then choose which one you want. So I've always used Windows 10 Home. Now there is Windows 10 Education, there's Windows 10 Pro. Pro offers you more than Home, but then it will also be bigger as well, and this is only in a virtual machine. And if you do then decide to use it and you chose Windows 10 Pro, and you decide to then you want to actually buy the key for it as well, I think that will cost you more than the Home Edition. So I'm just going to leave it on Windows 10 Home, but you can choose either one you want. So Windows 10 Home, just click there and click Next. And I accept, well, read the license if you want to, and then I'm not going to read it. And I accept the license terms, and then click Next. And then which type of installation do you want? Upgrade? No, that isn't what we want. Upgrade window, install Windows and keep files. No, it's this one here, custom install Windows only advanced. The file settings and applications aren't moved to Windows with this option. If you want to make partitions and drives, this option. Yeah, so it's definitely the second one, custom install Windows only. Click on that. And then this here, where do you want to install Windows? This is the actual allocation. Do you remember where I had it on 40, but then I said I'd change it to 30 gigabyte. It's that one there. So just click there, 30 gigabyte, click Next. And then it's going through the process of installing. So I think I'll just pause here and then let you know when it's installed. It might take some time. Okay, so it's now took about maybe 5 to 7 minutes to get to this stage. I think it's near the end, so I've just started the video again. So hopefully, here we go. Windows needs to restart to continue. I could hit the restart now, but I'll just let it do it itself. Okay, so it's done the getting ready. Took ages, good 10 minutes, maybe not that long, 5 minutes, and now it's come back to doing a restart, a reboot. Like doing this, like, don't get me wrong, it's great that you can use Windows on a Chromebook, but it does fill me with dread just knowing how long Windows can take to do things. But it's a complex operating system that works with lots of different programs and drivers, so it's fair enough that it takes a while to load up. Okay, so here we are on this screen. It's took a long time to get to this screen. It took about 7-10 minutes maximum, restarting quite a few times to get to this actual screen. It just does it all automatically. You don't have to do anything, but I paused it so you didn't have to sit there and watch it all. So we've got to here, and then we're on United Kingdom, which I'm going to choose because that's where I am. Obviously choose where you are. Click Next. This has come up again. Let's hope this doesn't take another 10 minutes. This is the only problem with Windows. It can be a bit slow. Right, now it's asking me about the keyboard layout. Just press the United Kingdom again. Do you want to add a second keyboard layout? I'm just going to put skip. Okay, so here we are. It took a while to get here. So let's add your account. So I need to use an account. Just use your account, obviously, that you want to use. I'm just using a Gmail account. Press Next. Oh, actually, that might just be logging me into an account. Maybe I need to do create account. I think I'll have to create an account. Well, let's see. I've done next. No, so that's wrong. So if you've got an account, type it in there. If you don't, do create accounts. This might take 10 minutes just to do this process now. Let's have a look. There's a lot of just a moments that come up on the screen, I'm not going to lie. It takes a long time. And I accept that this is a virtual machine, but it's not much better when you're not using a virtual machine. Okay, so then put in your email address that you want to use. And please don't tell me it's not working. Right, it's not actually registering on here, which is really, oh, there we go, just very, very, very slow. I thought we got to a stage there where after all of this video we wouldn't be able to carry on, but we can. So just put in your email address there. And next, and create a password. And next. United Kingdom, put in your date of birth. And next. Now it's sent me a verification email. So put in your verification code from your email. Okay, and now it's come up with this, create a PIN. What takes seconds to create and gives you a secure sign in. So I will create a PIN. I don't think you've got an option, you have to. Right, so you just got to put in your PIN and confirm the PIN. Okay, and then let Microsoft and apps use your location. I'm just going to put no to all of this, but you can put yes if you want to. This might just make it slower. So accept. Find my device. Windows won't be able to help keep track of your device if you lose it. I'm just going to put no again. Accept. Send diagnostic data to Microsoft. Again, because it's a virtual machine, I want to do as little as possible. Send required and optional. So I'm just going to do the send required there and do accept. Improve inking and typing. No. I'm going to do, obviously do whatever you want on here, whichever's best for you. Get tailored experience with diagnostic data. No. Accept. Let apps use advertising ID. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then here, let's customize your experience. So select all the ways you plan to use your device. So entertainment, watch videos, browse the web, connect on social media. So I'm going to put the games one on. I don't want to choose too many of these because I think the more you choose, the more it's going to try and install stuff, and I want it to have as little in there as possible. I don't know why it needs to know this really. I'll do creativity as well. I'm just going to leave them two on and just do accept. Do whatever you need, obviously. Press accept. Okay, and now it's come up with this. Use your Android phone from your PC. Make it takes calls. I'm going to say no thanks to that with this Windows on here. And I think we might be getting to a stage. I don't know if it's going to ask my login details for the Wi-Fi, because I'm not sure on a virtual machine whether it just takes the Wi-Fi credentials from the actual machine. We'll soon see, because it hasn't asked me to do that at the moment. I would assume the fact that it's, I don't think it will. So back up your files with OneDrive. Yeah, I'll do that. Next. Right, here we go. So access granted. We're giving you a free trial of Microsoft 365. I'm going to put decline because credit card required. After 1 month free trial, you'll be charged at $79.99 VAT. So I'm going to decline that. Get 100, decline that. Not ready for subscription. Use free Microsoft 365. Yeah, okay. Right, so again, obviously, if you had a normal Windows PC, you might want to do all this, but on a virtual machine, I'm just going to put no thanks to this. This could be your next favorite game. Show me the desktop. Show me the desktop. Right, what now? Okay, I can't stand Cortana, or I don't even know how you pronounce it. Cannot stand it. So not now. So it looks like we're nearly there. Oh, right. We're getting everything ready for you. So this may take a while. This may take several minutes. So it said several minutes. I'm going to say it's most likely going to take half an hour because it's about. I'm not having a go at Microsoft now. This is on a virtual machine, so it may take a lot longer. So I will pause the video here and I'll come back when we get to somewhere that you'd need to know about. Okay, so here we are. We're on the desktop. Let's put yes there to networks. So it does sometimes take a while to catch up on itself when you open up Windows. I'm just going to show you now. I need to check myself how to make this screen bigger. I assume it's that. So that has gone bigger, but we need it to be on the whole screen. So that most likely is resolution. So if I press escape, does that take me out of the full screen? No. Right, let me go to start menu. Just seeing if I can make this bigger or not. I'll just type in control panel. Settings. I don't know if I need to make it bigger with inside Windows or I need to do it inside the virtual machine. Let's have a look. So display. Click on display. I'll change this resolution here to what the resolution is with my computer, which is full HD. So that's 1920 by 1080. Hopefully, oh, so that's done that. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. Keep changes, and there we go. Now it's on the full screen. So do that obviously using the resolution of your Chromebook's resolution. And there we go. We've got Microsoft Windows 10 installed on a Chromebook, which is pretty good. The one thing we need to work out, because I'm sure you want to know, is how do we get this to come out a full screen? I'm not sure. But let's just open up Microsoft Edge before we do that and see if we can get to a website. So I'll just go to the BBC website. It's a bit slow, but it does take some time to start up Windows, and you are in a virtual machine. I'm going to close that, it's already annoying me. Right, so what I'm going to try and do, you can obviously have a mess about Windows 10, now you're in here, it looks like it's fine. It's a bit slow, I'm not going to lie, it's taking a long time to do things. It may just need to catch up on itself, hopefully. But the start menu, again, quite non-responsive, but it can be like that on a normal computer anyway. We've got all the starts, all the options here. So this ain't going to show, I'm not going to show you how to use Windows on this video. But what I am going to try and do, so we don't get confused, is to work out how, yeah, it's just taking a lot of time to do things. Close that window. I need to work out how you minimize. So it's not the escape key. What's the Alt Tab key do? No, it just does that in Windows. Oh, maybe so. No, that's just doing it inside Windows. Okay, so I've not been able to figure out how you actually get this off full screen. However, if you do want to look what's on ChromeOS, if you press the everything button on my Chromebook, that's the key below the tab key with the little circle, the everything now button. Press that and that takes you up onto ChromeOS like that in the background, and you've got your virtual machine there as well. So click on there, click it again. There we go, so that's the virtual machine closed there. I did have more than one window open. For some reason it's just left me doing a 1 now. Essentially, I would assume to close it down, there was an option to close it down on that virtual machine, but that seems to have gone now. So to close this down, because I think you're supposed to treat it just like you're inside Windows, I'm just going to do a simple start and shut down. And that should close off the virtual machine. Just shut down. That's what I'm hoping, and I hope it kicks me out of the virtual machine, or it might just act how it does. Let's have a look. Okay, so you saw me shut down Windows by just doing with inside Windows 10 shut down, and it's shut down in the background, but then I was messing around to try and get everything back. Looks like now it has all closed down, and the virtual machine I've closed down. So if you reopen the virtual machine like that, you'll see there Win 10 shut to off. So to launch it, it would just be a case of simply clicking on that and then clicking open, and that should launch your Windows 10 again. I haven't tried it and I'm not going to try it in this video because it's quite a long video now. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like below and subscribe to the channel for future videos, and thanks for watching.